Furthermore, you told me, like the king says in the beginning of this email, that they are not here to invade, and humans will not be killed unless they work for those who returned, and those who stayed behind. As the reader can see, he is also talking about proxies. You explained that this means that anyone who works for the earthbound Ša.A.Mi, whether it is the global elite or any politician, CEO or whomever, wittingly or unwittingly, will be killed. This was unacceptable for me, because I could see the consequences. If these people come down here full force to kill off the global elite and anyone who works for them on proxy, it would trigger the Battle of Armageddon. World leaders, who just about all of them work within the global elite hierarchy, would freak out and take the only action that is logical under such a circumstance. They would gather the people in their country into one big army, saying that we are invaded by aliens, and that we now need to forget all our disagreements and fight this big enemy. Most nations would do the same thing. Then there would be rebel groups in each country who don't believe their leader, and they would go against their own countrymen. Some of them would even join the aliens, thinking that it would be great if their king, president, queen, or whomever would be killed by ETS. They would, in other words, by the ET propaganda. So we would have a world war, fought on several fronts, and man would turn against man, just like the Bible says. I can also see how they could use Project Blue Beam, or similar, to simply holographic ally stage an invasion with spaceships, laser beams and the whole science fiction stuff. Then the real invasion would happen in the nano world. The Syrians would possess bodies from bloodlines they have specifically bred, and perhaps some of those special bloodlines would also include what would seem like regular bloodlines, like people on the street, although we don't know about it. Hence, all the alien abductions. This means the Syrians could possess far more bodies than we think at this moment. Others, also from the nano world, could manifest themselves as dragons, reptilians, greys, and even demons, although real demons have already been evoked, so faking them may not even be necessary. As the reader can see, we now have the whole end-time scenario with monstrous beings coming up from the pits of hell to kill off humans. The war would be devastating. So I emailed you back and told him I would post the message from his king, but under certain premises. I told him that I did not agree with their plan, and that I can't see how they could be perceived as a peace force if they come here to kill. And I told him about the above scenario, which I feel is going to be played out if they come. A day later or so, I got a reply from you. He was not very happy and started talking about that one day we lulus would understand that we are all one and come from the same creator, and we need to get along. I totally understood that, of course, but could also see that the time was not right. On our mutual timeline, we will not experience mutual healing until they stop acting like warlords, and we humans wake up from our deep slumber. In the meantime, we humans have to heal our own timelines as we wake up. However, after some lecturing, he said that he had passed my message on to his father. Next, a mail from you was an approval from the king to let me post his message on my blog, with my additional note to it. So I did. And here is the message I published, in its entirety.
Note from the editor: first of all, this is an authentic message. I was contacted yesterday by Ša.A.Mi, who is the son of King Nanna of Nibiru, and brother of Inanna. He has returned to Earth with a message from his king to put on what the king considers friendly websites. Yudu found my papers at http://wespenre.com and found them surprisingly accurate regarding Ša.A.Mi, Nibiru and the Nibiruan people. He emailed me and asked for a service. His king wanted me to post the following statement here on my blog. I agreed to post the message Yudu brought down to Earth, but said I want to put a note along with it to give the citizens of Earth, a heads up. He took my message to King Nanna, who agreed I could do that. So therefore I want to say the following. The Ša.A.Mi, better known as the Anunnaki, are returning. They say they want no harm to be done to us lulus, humans. They say they owe us and want our forgiveness for what happened in the past. To understand this you really need to read my papers at WES or Zecharia Sitchin's books. The way to do this is to come down to Earth and fight the Anunnaki who are stationed on Earth since millennia, those who followed Marduk in his rebellion against the Ša.A.Mi kingdom. Marduk and his cohorts have ever since been pulling the strings of most of the global elite, and the Ša.A.Mi are returning to Earth to take care of business, overthrowing both the disloyal Anunnaki in the human global elite, by some called the Illuminati. We don't want history to repeat itself. I do not want humans to take sides in this upcoming battle of the gods, and once again be used as cannon fodder and foot soldiers in their war. They say they come as liberators, but they do not come in peace. So humans, whatever you do if you want to change history and follow a more enlightened path, stay out of this conflict. Do not take sides and do not fight in their war. This is their conflict. We can't stop them from coming, but we can step aside and let them do their thing without interfering. We are tired of fighting wars. And don't let corrupt government leaders manipulate you into thinking we need to go to war against this invader force. The governments, the global elite, are only using us because they think we're fearful and stupid. Show that we lulus have grown up and are a species of peace. Let everybody outside this planet learn that we are a peaceful race. Let Ša.A.Mi take care of their own and the global elite, and we'll go from there. I have had 2 long correspondences with you two so far, and I know that this is the real deal. Laugh at it if you must, but take it seriously if you are smart. Personally, I am known for being in a good mood, making jokes even in the most serious situations. However, now our future depends on how you read this email, and I'm deadly serious. However, don't be afraid. They say they come to bring peace, and as liberators, perhaps, but their minds are still on war, and that is in conflict with my own mindset, at least. Let our hearts work now, more so than our heads. Be one in spirit through these events and we will come out on the other end, hopefully as intact as possible. Let them fight their wars, it's their karma, and we are released from ours by not participating. Maybe one day we can unite with the Ša.A.Mi, live together and visit each other's worlds in peace. Still, they set the stage with their arrival, showing us what their real imperatives are. Will the result of their visit to Ki be real peace and unity, or war and separation? We shall see. We lulus are ready for peace and unity as a species, let it therefore be a guideline for the incoming. They will show us who they are by example. Have they changed since ancient times, or is history repeating itself? That's what we have to look at. Let's see how this pans out and let's go from there.